This video, I'm going to make some spooky jello molds for you. I got these spooky molds at the Dollar Tree. I got this cranberry juice. It's actually cran apple. If you guys like American Psycho, you know what I'm talking about. It's not blood, it's cran apple.
Oh, well, it's cranberry juice, cran apple.
Some red food coloring and some gelatin. Did you guys hear that? No, she's coming down the pathway. I don't know what to do, you guys. This is weird. Oh my God! Good evening, my pretties. My friends call me Switchella, but you can call me Barbara, that pretty witch from the forest over there. I've always wanted my own cooking show, so I'm going to show you one of my favorites for fattening up those children that come by randomly. Before I get started, I'm going to need to make it more witchy looking in here. Switch. There we go. I took off my hat because it's rude to wear hats inside. Also, my gloves have feathers, and I don't want to get feathers in my pie. What kind of pie am I making? I'm going to make you a dirt pie. Because I love eating dirt. I live in the forest. Anyways, let me get my ingredients out. Okie dokies. We are going to start with making the vanilla pudding. You like to call it pudding. I like to call it sweet goo that I feed to the children. So I need 1/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. This makes it really gooey. You're going to want a little bit of salt. Salt brings out the sweetness. 2 cups plus 1/4 cup of full fat milk. Because remember, you're fattening the children. And then you're going to want 2 chicken babies, but only the yellow part. Once you have put all of these things in the pot, you can mix it and cook it very low for about 8 minutes. But once it starts bubbling, you cook it only 1 to 2 more minutes. And then you take it off the heat. Okie dokies. I have cooked it about 8 minutes and then it boiled. And I cooked it another couple minutes. Now, turn the heat off and add 1 tablespoon of butter. And also 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. Now that all the fat has been dissolved, Pour it into my bowl. And then I'm going to cool it until it becomes jiggly and slimy, which might take a couple of hours. But for you, it will take 1 second. Okie dokie, my pretties. Check out my pudding slime now. It has firmed. Some of you may want to use this magic pudding box that they sell in the store. It is much faster and easier. But that definitely did not happen here. Now let me show you how I make my dirt crust. Okie dokie. We move on to the pie crust. My dirt crust, if you want to call it. We are going to start with dirt cookies. Some of you like to call them Oreos, but only I know they are made out of dirt. So I'm going to take about 20 cookies and I'm going to blend them. Now that my cookies have become dirt again, I will add more sugar. Two tablespoons to attract the fat ones. Also, I have melted 3 tablespoons of butter. And blend again. Okie dokies. I have my dirt crust. I put it into my pie dish. And then I squish and squish until it resembles a crust. Now let me put this in the freezer so it can firm up. I will return. I have returned. Now I have my pudding, my dirt crust, and now we shall assemble the pie. Now I have 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter, 1/2 package of this cream cheese, 1/2 of a cup of powdered sugar, most of this container of Cool Whip. I gathered more dirt for inside the pie, and then on top we will put dirt. And then also on top we will put sour worms. These are my favorite candy. And then we will also put these tiny sour children. Sour children. We will eat them. Time to assemble. I shall take my cream cheese, my butter, and my 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and mix it in my KitchenAid. Okie dokie, let me set this aside. Let me take my pudding and this Cool Whip. Oops. I guess I'm using all of the Cool Whip. Nothing wrong with a little extra fat. Now I'm going to fold these together. Let me take my other mixture, the cream cheese and the butter, and fold this in. Let me take half of my dirt and also fold this in. Now put it in your pie dish. Okay, made this nice and level. Make it pretty for the children. Now I put my dirt on top. I just got dirt everywhere. Now let me put my worms in the dirt. I did not realize that these were the small worms. I like long sour worms. But oh well. Now let me take my tiny children. Make a garden of children and worms. So it looks like a graveyard. Ha 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 ha! I wish I had little tombstones to put in my pie too. But I do not. Here is what it looks like. Does it look like a garden of dead worms and children? It's beautiful. Now I have to put it back in the fridge for a couple more hours before I can eat it and feed it to the fat children. So I shall return once again. Okie dokie, my pretties. I'm going to serve up a little bit of my pie. It's kind of just turning into a pile. Okay, let me try my pile of dirt. Dirt and slime and children. Yes, it is delicious. The children are going to love it. It tastes like sweetened dirt. And goo. The children will become nice and fat for you to eat later. I mean, so they will go home happy. So I shall return possibly next week for another video. Maybe I'll make some chili. We'll see. Thank you for watching. Why don't you leave a comment and subscribe?